Hi Libra, welcome to your love reading for January 2019. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so I already shuffled the decks for you. Let's go ahead and begin. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Libra for January 2019. The first card that you have is the King of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Libra for January. The Lovers. Love reading for the sign of Libra for January. 10 of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Libra for January. 6 of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Libra for January. Strength. Love reading for the sign of Libra for January. Knight of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Libra for January. 9 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Libra for January. Ace of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Libra. 3 of Wands. What's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for January 2019? The card that you have is the 5 of Coins. So for some of you, you might feel kind of really emotionally stranded right now. You might feel like you're not really connecting with your partner. This card can also represent problems. And it's just a card of feeling lonely and isolated. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's focus on the first 3 cards. And also, Libra, if you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com. I'll put a link down below and also a link to my Facebook. Okay, so what we have here, you have the King of Coins, the Lovers, and the 10 of Coins. So you're starting off with the energy of an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. Now, when I was shuffling the deck, I kept seeing this card like over and over. So I did feel like an earth sign is significant to you. Again, it can be a sun, moon, or rising. Of course, you have significant romantic energy around that. You have the Lovers and the 10 of Coins. So for some of you, it could be that right now you're feeling drawn to an earth sign, or you possibly could have a future with an earth sign. The Lovers does represent a long-term relationship, a committed relationship. This can even be a marriage. And of course you have the 10 of Coins, which is also a card of marriage, but also stability. Because it's the Lovers, there can also be a choice. You might have to choose between 2 people. One of them can be an earth sign, but you can also be the earth sign if you have a moon or rising in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. For some of you, I feel like there is some type of decision that you have to make. The main energy was the 5 of Coins, so it seems like not all is well. For some of you, you could be feeling unhappy with a particular relationship or marriage, to where maybe you feel drawn to someone else, or perhaps this is going on with your partner. It just seems like there's a choice there. Now, in the second row, you have the 6 of Coins, the Knight of Coins with Strength in the middle. So it's almost like you're being told to be strong and hang in there. Like, the Strength card does represent patience and not giving in to despair, not giving in to negative thoughts, because things are changing for you. It just seems like they're changing slowly. You have the Knight of Coins, which does represent slow progress in you seeing what you want, getting those things that you deserve. So it seems like some of you, like, you're waiting for a particular person. You're waiting for a relationship to form. You're waiting to get out of this unhappy energy, this lonely energy, this energy of feeling in the dark, or actually being in the dark when it comes to a relationship or a marriage. So I feel like things are slowly changing for you. In January, you're being told to not give in to any type of negativity here. Try to avoid that. Now in the last row, you've got the 9 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the 3 of Wands. So I do see you getting what you want, Libra. You do have the 9 of Cups, the Wish card. This is you being extremely happy, perhaps because you're connecting with a new person. The Ace of Cups can be a new relationship, but it can even be rekindling an old relationship, maybe one that you have been waiting for. Here, the 3 of Cups does represent waiting. You've been waiting for a long time for a particular person, or maybe you've just been waiting for something to change in your love life. Remember, you are being told to be patient. Now also, here with the 9 of Cups, this can represent some of you, like your ideal partner, your ideal relationship, because it just this is the Wish card. Like, you've been maybe hoping for a particular connection. Maybe really not just a relationship, but maybe you want that kind of soulmate energy. I feel like for some of you, you have a chance to have that relationship in the month of January. For some of you, you're gonna have to wait for it, but I feel like for some of you, like you will have it. Because I feel like for some of you, you're ready. Okay, so let's see what else comes up for you. What other messages are there for Libra for January 2018? You have the Knight of Wands. Messages for Libra for January 2019. The Eight of Cups and the Four of Coins. Okay, so Knight of Wands, Eight of Cups, Four of Coins. So the Knight, these are actually like kind of opposite energies, because the Knight of Wands, this is someone that is eager, determined, maybe, you know, to have a relationship with a specific person, or you're determined that this is going to be the month where you're going to be in a relationship, or you're going to find happiness or love. But you do have the Eight of Cups here, which this is the goodbye card, someone moving on, walking away. It could be that for some of you, in order to have that relationship that you want, you know, the Lovers and the Nine of Cups, you may have to leave certain emotions behind you. The Eight of Cups doesn't always have to mean leaving a person behind. It could mean that you have to leave memories behind or emotional baggage, which some of you could be holding on to with the Four of Coins here. This is an energy of holding on really tight, and it could be that, you know, this does sometimes represent that you're staying in your safe place. So if you're staying in your safe place and you're not leaving the past in the past, then you won't receive anything in January. I do see an eagerness there with the Knight of Wands to be happy, to find love. It could be that you're even feeling really self-confident, like this is the month where it's going to happen. But for some of you, you need to leave something behind. You need to be open-minded about how this is all going to happen. I feel like there was something else here with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Cups. For some of you, it could be that you don't want to let go of a relationship. It could be that somebody has told you, I need to leave, I need to move on, the Eight of Cups. And you are like, no way, because that is the Four of Coins, holding on really tight to a person. And I feel like if somebody has told you that they're leaving, maybe that is why you have the Five of Coins. You're hurting, you're suffering. Someone maybe told you, I need to leave, I'm not happy. I feel like you're not accepting that. You're holding on really tight. You're fighting for the person that you love. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a few cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for January? You have the Queen of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for January? Death. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra? Page of Swords. What's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for January 2019? Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is saying that you have a lot of thinking to do. This is telling you to be careful. This could be careful as far as accepting a new relationship. This is a card of weighing your options. So if you meet somebody, for those who are single, if you meet somebody and you think, you know, this seems like a good option, or I like this person, just kind of be careful, because it could be that there's an even better person around the corner for you. The Seven of Pentacles is saying that you need to take your time, and whatever decision you're making regarding your love life in January, don't jump into anything. Think about things very carefully. Okay, so let's look at these three cards. Queen of Wands, Death, and the Page of Swords. So the Death card is saying there can be a huge change in your love life in January. It's here. It's not always here. There can be a huge transformation. This can be you finding your life partner. This can be you getting engaged or rekindling a relationship, getting back together. There is an issue here with communication. It could be that everyone has to speak their truth. The Page of Swords does represent honesty. In order to have that connection, or in order to have that big change from the Death card, someone has to speak their truth. And it can be regarding someone who is a fire sign, because you have that energy with the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. Some of you could be hearing from someone who is a fire sign, and maybe this communication maybe changes everything. This leads to something dramatic. The Death card is something, it is dramatic. It's something that changes your life forever. But if there is no fire sign, you or your partner, the Queen of Wands, this is an energy of leadership, just like the King of Wands. In order for you to have these, you know, these big changes and these new beginnings in your love life, You will have to be honest. There will have to be communication, even if you don't want to, because I feel like someone is holding back here, and it seems going back to the first energy here, someone is really hurting. Maybe that's something that you really have to communicate to your partner, or maybe this is something that you really need to heal before finding another relationship. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the X's. We're going to use this deck right here, and we're going to focus just on those people that are not with their partner anymore, and you want to know, is there a chance you can work things out, or will you hear from them? Also, it doesn't have to be a committed relationship. Sometimes people ask me, do we have to be in a committed relationship or married? It can even be someone that you just had a romantic interest in. Maybe you had a few dates. This is just an energy showing you, can you reconnect again? Show me the energies around Libra and their ex. You have the Nine of Wands, Libra and their ex. Nine of Pentacles, Libra and their ex. King of Cups, Libra and their ex. Page of Cups, Libra and their ex. Two of Swords, Libra and their ex. The Chariot. Okay, so let's see what all of this means for you. Again, we're focusing just on exes, relationships that are over. So what we see here, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. So for some of you, your ex may be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. You also, you're starting off with this energy of fear. So, it can be that perhaps your ex is maybe afraid, maybe things won't work out, maybe they're afraid that you won't accept them back into your life. The Nine of Wands is that paranoid energy, afraid of kind of opening your heart, or bearing your soul, wearing your heart on your sleeve. This is always kind of needing to protect. So for some of you, it could be that maybe that represents the energy of your ex. They're just way too paranoid, way too overprotective. And it really does feel that way. You have the Nine of Pentacles right next to it, which does confirm that somebody needs to change. Because the Nine of Pentacles, it does represent more of kind of like personal growth. Somebody needs to focus on kind of growing as an individual, their self-worth, self-confidence, seeing themselves in a positive light. So I feel like here your ex may not be in a good place. I know I said this for one of the other signs. It just seems like your ex is maybe not in a good place, which makes things even more complicated. And you literally have this complicated energy from the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is everything is stuck because someone refuses to make a difficult decision or take action. And again, there's already this paranoid energy around your ex. And it can be that, yes, that maybe you're paranoid that they're gone forever. Maybe you're paranoid you're not going to be able to work things out. But also for some of you, I feel like because the Nine of Wands is next to the Nine of Pentacles, that somebody needs to kind of grow up. I don't mean that in a negative way, but it just seems like somebody really needs to see themselves in a more positive way. Otherwise, there's just stuck energy there when it comes to your ex. I do see communication. You have the Page of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, you can be communicating with your ex. Remember, you did have the Page of Swords in the 9-card spread. The Page of Swords is honest communication. Now, this is the Page of Cups, so this would be a heart-to-heart conversation. This can be your ex telling you that they still love you. This can be them explaining maybe why they broke things off, why things didn't work out, what was really going on emotionally. And it could be that they're really struggling with this because the Two of Swords is right next to it. The Two of Swords, again, this is stuck energy because someone refuses to face certain things head on. They refuse to take action, and it just leaves everything stuck. The good news is you have a lot of action with the Chariot. And this is the only major arcana that you have in this little spread I did for you. The Chariot does represent a significant movement or change with your ex. So I feel like for many of you, even though there's stuck energy here, you do end with a lot of movement. And this is, again, the Victory card, meaning that any obstacles that you had with your ex, they can be worked out. But keep in mind the Chariot is victory because you've been persistent and you've really hung in there. Remember, you did have the Strength card in the 9-card spread, meaning you can't give in to negative thoughts. negative feelings, because as it is, you already have the Nine of Wands, which can mean that your ex is already feeling really paranoid. Maybe they're putting up a bunch of walls that you can't get through to them. Again, with the Nine of Pentacles, this means someone really has to see themselves in a different way in order for a relationship to work. In order maybe even for them to have a successful love life, they need to work on their self-confidence. They need to see themselves in a different way. Again, this can be with someone who's a water sign. This can even represent you if you have a moon or a rising in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Also with the Page of Cups, coming technically right after the King of Cups. For some of you, there is, the energy of a water sign here. So again, this can be your ex or even you. Perhaps maybe you need to take some type of action is another thing that I get with the Two of Swords being here. Maybe you need to make a difficult decision as far as maybe forgiving them, talking to them, because now you have, you had the Page of Swords, now the Page of Cups. Maybe you need to, communicate with them. Maybe you need to reach out to them. Also, the nines, they do represent attainment. So I feel like you can get what you want. You literally have the Chariot here, which represents victory. So I feel like for many of you, having your ex back, working things out, it's not out of the question. You can have that with, the two nines here. It can also be that this is nearing the end of a cycle. So you had a lot of ups and downs with your ex. Maybe there have been other breakups where, it's just been off and on. It could be that is coming to an end with the Chariot being here. So now let's go ahead and look into 2019. I have this deck here. I've already shuffled it, focusing on your energy. And we're just going to see, what major energies are coming up for you in the new year. Let's go ahead and get 9 cards. This is the love reading for Libra for 2019. 7 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Libra for 2019. King of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Libra for 2019. 3 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Libra 2019. 10 of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Libra for 2019. 6 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Libra 2019. The Hermit. Okay, let's see what else comes up for you. Love reading for the sign of Libra for 2019. 5 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Libra for 2019. The Emperor. Love reading for the sign of Libra for 2019. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. What's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for the year 2019? The World. Yeah, it's time for endings and it's time for new beginnings. This represents the end of a cycle. So it can be the end of a difficult cycle. This is what I was telling you in the X spread. The ups and the downs and the breaking up and getting back together. It's time for a new cycle. And for some of you, this can represent that maybe there's a new relationship. Maybe you need a new relationship. So we'll come back to this to see how it ties in with everything that we see here. Let's start with the first row. You have the 7 of Cups, the King of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. Now, you did have, it was the Queen of Wands in the reading for January. So for some of you, there is a fire sign who's significant. You have the King of Wands now. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Or, this can represent energy of leadership. Like, you really do need to do something. I see that you're confused. You're starting off with the 7 of Cups. I feel like you're coming into the new year thinking, what should I do? The 7 of Cups is feeling emotional, lost, confused, emotionally scattered. So I feel like for some of you, if there is no fire sign, if it's not you or your partner, this is saying you've got to take control. So the King of Wands would kind of be like the Magician or the Emperor. And also the 3 of Pentacles, this is telling you that your love life needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of attention. So this definitely makes sense with the King of Wands right next to it. Especially if you're really kind of dazed right now, you're confused, you don't know what to do about your love life. You just have to roll your sleeves up and get in there. I feel like there's a lot of changes that you need to make. Remember, the World was the most significant energy for you. Now, I do see, a relationship here. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is a marriage card. For some of you, it could be that there's a marriage that could happen, or it could be that you might be meeting your life partner in 2019. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of marriage, children, home, but it's also a you know, an energy of stability, something long term. You have the Six of Wands right next to it, victory. So I feel like you're on your way to a happy, healthy relationship, to a sense of stability, but you have some thinking to do. The Hermit. The Hermit does represent soul searching. It represents that you really need some time to see the truth. This can be you, but I feel like for some of you, it could even be your partner. You might be confused about where you stand in a relationship. Again, there could have been a lot of off and on energy, with the World being the main energy. It could be that, you know, you may need to give your partner some space to kind of figure out what they want, because the Hermit is a major arcana, which means it's something that's really significant. It's more important than the Seven of Cups, which is a minor arcana. I feel like somebody just needs to figure things out. There's a sense of confusion because someone is not seeing the truth. But I do feel like for many of you, you're either finding your life partner this year, or many of you are just, you know, you're finding a very happy relationship where you're kind of, you know, settling down into something really stable. You have that energy here. Now, in the bottom row, you have, this got my attention here, you've got the Emperor. So the Emperor is saying what I was telling you with the King of Wands. Take control. Because this can be the year where you find happiness, stability, but only if you take control. You got to take charge of what's happening around you, because I do see you being unhappy here. The Five of Cups does represent you feeling disappointed, and maybe you're disappointed that 2018 was not what you wanted it to be. Maybe somebody let you down. This can represent tears and unhappiness. Things are changing for you. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, but this is slow moving energy. That's why the Emperor is saying you've got to do something. Like, you need to take control of your love life, because if you just kind of go with the flow, you'll be waiting for a while. And remember, you do have this energy where you can be extremely happy this year. This can be the year that you're really finding, you know, a significant relationship, with the Ten of Pentacles coming up for you. Okay, what other messages are there for Libra for the year 2019? Two of Cups. What other messages are there for Libra for 2019? Six of Cups. What other messages are there for Libra for 2019? Seven of Wands. Okay, so you have the soulmate energy here, the Two of Cups. This can be someone from the past, because you have the Six of Cups there. So for some of you, if you're wanting to reconnect with an ex, we did see that it is possible when I did the ex spread for you. But you do have the Seven of Wands. So let me just start with the exes, because we have the Six of Cups here. So I feel like if you want to reconnect with an ex, you can do that. But you have the Seven of Wands, saying that there may be some issues you need to work out. The Seven of Wands is confrontational energy. You may have to really be firm with your ex, especially if there was cheating, lying, or you were just treated unfairly, or you were not treated very well. This means that you really have to speak your truth, maybe about what happened, why things ended. But I do feel like many of you will be reconnecting with an ex. But for others, it could be that you have to confront your past. So I remember in the first spread that I did for you, in fact, the card's right here. For some of you, you know, you maybe you had some major heartache. Maybe at the end of 2018, maybe even in January. Again, this is suffering. With the Two of Cups being here, with the Seven of Wands and the Six of Cups, I feel like for many of you, in order to find that soulmate relationship, you may have to confront some issues from the past. It could be that you don't trust people anymore. I feel like you have to confront your own fears, your own ego, and let go of this emotional baggage from the past. Okay, let me go ahead and shuffle the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Libra for the year 2019? Love reading for Libra for 2019. Love reading for Libra for 2019. Love reading for Libra. Okay, let's see what comes up for you. What other messages are there for Libra for 2019? We've got the Two of Pentacles, Love reading for Libra for 2019. The Six of Cups. So this is a repeat card. Love reading for Libra for 2019. We've got the Four of Cups. What's the most important thing that Libra needs to hear about their love life for 2019? The Four of Wands. So again, this is, a time where you can find a committed relationship. You do have the Ten of Pentacles under here. The Four of Wands is a card of marriage. It also represents a relationship with a firm foundation. It's not something superficial. It's not chemistry with someone or flirting or dating. This is a card of marriage, something long-term. So that's definitely a possibility for you in 2019. Let's take a look at what we see right here. So this is a repeat card because you have it here in the other deck. For some of you, the past is really, I don't know, it seems like it's getting in the way. I mean, yes, it can be if you're wanting to reconnect with an ex. I mean, we did see that can happen. We did the ex spread. Your ex is significant in some way for some of you. It could be that you're having to make a choice. You have the Two of Pentacles there. It could be that you have to make a choice between your ex and moving on, or your ex and someone new. There is a sense of unhappiness. I mean, you've got the Four of Cups here, and right beneath that you have the Five of Cups. So there's a sense of unhappiness, like you're not happy with the way things are in 2019. That is why you have the Emperor saying, if you're not happy with what's going on in your love life, change it. Take control. Don't just kind of wait to see what happens, because you probably won't like what happens if you just kind of leave it in that kind of let's wait and see kind of place. You won't like what happens. So the Two of Pentacles does represent perhaps you having to make a choice when it comes to the past or someone from the past. But I mean, the Two of Pentacles, to me, this represents instability, going back and forth. It really feels like someone needs to let go of the past. And again, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're having to let go of like a person. It can be maybe that you need to let go of old arguments. Maybe you need to forgive, your partner, especially for those that are already married or you're in a committed relationship. It just seems like there's kind of like instability in 2019. There's, the Two of Pentacles, wishy-washy energy, back and forth. We're off, we're on. And there's no security there. There's no stability. But there can be. Because, I mean, you literally have stability right here. You can have it. It's going to be up to you. And it could be that, maybe you need to really stand up to your partner. You really need to be firm with them, especially if there's certain things that your partner is doing that's making you unhappy. Someone has a lot of thinking to do. It can be your partner, but it could even be you. Maybe there is some type of truth that you really need to see, because it seems like you're really coming into the year very, very confused. Just keep in mind that 2019 is a turning point for you. It's time for an old cycle to finally wrap up and end. And from the other deck, commitment, something long term. For some of you, you may need to end something here in order to have this. Okay, Libra, this has been your love reading for January 2019 and for the year of 2019. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.